Hey, good morning, Joe here. It's Firearms Friday. We're in the classroom this morning at Larry's on North Memorial Parkway here in beautiful downtown Huntsville. So, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about twist rate. What is twist rate and why do you care? What does that mean to you? Well, twist rate really simply is something we've been exposed to for a long time. Our friend James Bond was in twist rate in his own right there, okay? So let's talk about what is twist rate then. So twist rate then really is simply the rifling in the barrel, okay? We typically state that in turns per inch. So you might have a 1 in 10, a 1 in 12, 1 in 16, and we'll talk about what that means here in just a minute as we get into this. What does it really do for you? That's what we're going to talk about this morning. So if we have a 1 in 16 twist rate, this is basically what it looks like. So the bullet is going to spin one time in 16 inches. If you have a 1 in 10 twist rate, it's going to spin one time in 10 inches, or a 1 in 7 twist rate, it's going to spin one time in 7 inches. So this idea here is that the bullet is spinning because a bullet that is spinning is more stable in flight than a bullet that's not spinning. So if you ever see, and sometimes in a target, you would have what we call a keyhole, where there's a big blob there instead of a nice clean round hole. That's because the bullet keyhole or made a bigger hole because it was not twisting like it should have been. So that happens sometimes. So this twist rate chart here can give you an idea. 1 in 16, much slower. 1 in 10, a little faster. 1 in 7, much faster twist rate then. So let's look at what this really does. What do we need to understand? Well, for a given cartridge, heavier bullets shoot better and therefore are more stable and with a faster twist rate. So whatever weight of cartridge you have, whether it's a 55 grain, 110 grain, 147 grain, whatever you happen to be shooting, the heavier the cartridge then spin better and will have a faster twist rate in order to do that. All right. So twist rate directly relates to the spin rate of the bullet and the bullet stability provided by the gyroscopic-like effect of the spinning bullet. Now I'm using two concepts here, twist rate and spin rate. So the twist rate refers to the twist in the barrel, okay, and we'll talk about that in just a second. And the spin rate then is what the bullet is actually doing when it goes, all right? So let's talk about this a little bit more then. The spin rate of the bullet is a product of the twist rate of the barrel and the velocity of that bullet that's traveling down the barrel, okay? So let's take a good look at an example here. We can use our typical AR Modern 15 sporting rifle here as an example. We're going to do that in just a moment. This was originally designed as a 1 in 14 twist rate barrel. The second version then was changed to a 1 in 12 and finally was changed to a 1 in 7. Why did they do that? Because the weights of the bullet changed, okay? As the evolution of the firearm changed, the weights of the bullet changed. So the general velocity stayed the same because they were changing the twist rate to match the weight of the bullet. Over the same span of time, the bullets became heavier and thus more stable, so they didn't need the more rapid twist rate. All right, so if we calculate rates of a 55 grain 5.56 NATO cartridge, now we're going to look at this in a typical modern sporting rifle, the AR that you know and love, so many of us have. Typically, this 5.56 bullet leaves the barrel at 3,250 feet per second velocity, okay? So the math then is that velocity at the barrel times 12, okay? And that gives us the overall velocity at 1,000 yards, okay? That's 39,000 inches, which is basically 1,000 yards. So all things being consistent, which are not, but if they were, then this bullet would be traveling at 1,083 yards per second, okay? Now, we all know that as soon as the bullet leaves the barrel, it starts to lose energy because energy dissipates, as we know. So this is, if it was constant, that's what you would have. So if you had a 1 turn in 14 inches, again, you can do the math, 1 turn in 12, same and here. So let's look at an example of what we want to do now. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple of different ARs. One is a 1 in 9 twist, and one is the 1 in 12 twist. And what we're going to do is we're going to use cleaning rods and bore brush, and we're going to put a flag on the cleaning rod so you can see it turn. And you'll see one of them will be a 9 and one will be a 12 inch. So let's go over it and let's take a look and see how these work out now. Okay, so we're ready to try this now. We're going to pull one of the AR is out and we're pulling, and the flag should be spinning any second now. And you can see the flag we've taped on there is now spinning, and it's spinning as we pull this out. And that's as far as we go. Okay, so how far is that then? If we put the tape measure on it, we can see that is in fact about 12 inches. So that's a 1 in 12 twist on that one. Okay, now we're going to do the other AR now, and we've got the cleaning rod in, and we've got a flag on it, and we're pulling it out now. And you can see as we pull out, the flag forces it to turn because the rifling is engaging the cleaning brush, and it's spinning. And to right there, and this one is now looks like about a 1 in 10. A 1 in 10 cleaner. All right, so what we did this morning, we looked at the twist rate of the barrels and your standard AR. Now, most modern firearms have a rifle barrel in them where the lands and grooves then engage the bullet as it goes down to impart twist on it. So what we want to show here is, in fact, that the twist rate matters depending on the weight of the bullet that you're going to use. Refer back to that chart I showed you a little bit earlier. But that matters. So when you go to buy a firearm, it doesn't matter if it's an AR like this or a handgun or whatever, look at the twist rate so that you can decide what kind of weighted bullet you want to use for the most accuracy. That's the whole point of this, is find out what's going to be most accurate for you. All right, that's it for this week here at Larry's on Old Memorial Parkway. Come and shoot with us. We're here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Closed Sunday and Monday. Y'all come and shoot with us. Stay armed, stay safe. Bye-bye.